Alright Taurus, let's take a closer look at the celestial bodies whose alignment from June 17, 2025, promises particularly favorable financial prospects for you. Venus, your ruling planet, will be in a very harmonious aspect with Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, during this period. This combination creates a powerful energetic impulse that can bring tangible changes to your life, concerning the material sphere. Venus, representing your values, talents, and ability to create harmony, will generously reward you with opportunities to realize your professional ambitions. Its influence will manifest in your ability to attract attention, win people over, and find profitable offers. At the same time, Jupiter, being in a supportive position, will enhance these qualities, opening doors for you that you may not have even dreamed of. This is a favorable time to broaden your horizons, seek new sources of income, and strengthen your financial position. Pay attention to the opportunities that will arise in your professional field. This will likely be related to a promotion offer, a new position, or a project that will bring significant profit. Unexpected financial receipts are also possible, such as a lottery win or even an inheritance. However, to fully take advantage of these favorable trends, you need to understand how exactly you can actively influence your destiny and direct the energy of Venus and Jupiter in the right direction. There are very specific steps you can take to maximize the positive impact of these planets on your professional life. But what specific actions will be most effective during this period? So, how can Taurus most effectively use the energy of Venus, especially starting June 17, 2025, to direct it towards achieving professional heights and financial well-being? Venus, being your celestial patron, requires active actions on your part. Do not expect luck to knock on your door itself. Now is the time to establish new business contacts. Attend professional events, conferences, and seminars. Do not hesitate to start conversations, exchange business cards, and talk about your ideas and achievements. Venus favors sociability and the ability to present yourself in a favorable light. The period is ideal for conducting important negotiations. Your arguments will sound convincing, and your charisma will tip the scales in your favor. Prepare thoroughly for each meeting, think through arguments and counterarguments. Do not be afraid to defend your interests, but do so diplomatically and with respect for partners. If you are planning a presentation of a new project or product, now is the most opportune time. Venus will endow you with the gift of persuasion and help convey the value of your proposal to the audience. Think through the visual design, prepare a bright and memorable speech. It is important that your presentation is not only informative but also emotionally engaging. And remember that the favorable influence of celestial bodies is only part of success. Your determination, hard work, and belief in yourself are what really matter. And what about the influence of another powerful planet on your sign during this period? Dear Taurus, let's delve deeper into the astrological picture unfolding around you from June 17, 2025. Now I want to draw your attention to the powerful transit of Jupiter, forming a favorable aspect to your Sun. This is truly a stellar hour for expanding horizons in business, investment, and, importantly, in the field of self-education. Imagine that Jupiter, the planet of luck and prosperity, sends rays of support directly to your sign, activating your potential. This is a time when the universe seems to say, Taurus, it's time to act, grow, and prosper. Do not miss the opportunity to expand your business, whether it's entering new markets, launching an innovative product, or strengthening partnerships. Investments made during this period have every chance of bringing tangible profits in the future. But perhaps the most important thing is to invest in yourself. Now is the ideal time to gain new knowledge and skills. Think about what areas of knowledge can help you achieve your financial goals. This may be courses in financial management, training in the development of leadership qualities, or the study of new technologies. Remember that knowledge is power, and in combination with the favorable transit of Jupiter, it is also the key to financial success. Be prepared to accept new opportunities that will arise in your path. Do not be afraid to take risks, but do so thoughtfully, relying on your knowledge and intuition. After all, right now you have every chance not only to improve your financial situation but also to create a solid foundation for future prosperity. However, to maximize the effectiveness of this period, it is necessary to understand what specific steps to take to develop the necessary skills and knowledge. So, Taurus, we have found out that the transit of Jupiter from June 17, 2025, opens up impressive prospects for you in the financial sphere. But how can you make the most effective use of this period? The answer lies in the conscious development of your skills and knowledge. Jupiter, as a planet of expansion, does not just give opportunities, it encourages those who are ready for growth. Think about what areas of your professional activity need strengthening. Perhaps this is the mastery of new technologies, advanced training in your current field, or even the study of a completely new area that seems promising to you. Now is the time to invest in yourself. Choose courses, training, and seminars that truly meet your needs and ambitions. Do not chase after fashion or loud names. Focus on practical benefits, on what you can apply in your work tomorrow. Look for mentors, experienced professionals who are willing to share their knowledge and experience. Their advice can be invaluable in your professional development. Do not be afraid to try something new. Jupiter favors those who are ready to go beyond the usual. Perhaps you should consider online education, which will allow you to study at a convenient time and at a convenient pace. Or, maybe you should attend an industry conference to learn about new trends and establish useful contacts. Remember that knowledge is power, and in combination with the favorable transit of Jupiter, it is a powerful tool for achieving financial success. But there is another important factor that requires close attention, which can make adjustments to the overall picture. Dear Taurus, let's delve into another significant factor shaping your cash flow from June 17, 2025. We will talk about the influence of Uranus, the planet of surprises and innovations, on your financial sphere. Uranus, as you know, does not tolerate stagnation and routine, so its transit can bring completely unpredictable changes to your life, especially in the area of finance. During this period, it is extremely important to be prepared for non-standard solutions and new opportunities that may arise literally out of nowhere. Perhaps you will be offered to participate in a completely new project that requires the development of modern technologies, or you will face the need to reconsider your views on doing business. Do not be afraid of these changes, perceive them as a chance for growth and development. Uranus stimulates creative thinking and encourages the search for non-standard ways to increase income. This is a great time to experiment with innovative approaches in work or business. Think about how you can optimize existing processes with the help of new technologies, automate routine tasks, or implement new marketing strategies. Using innovative tools and platforms can be the key to increasing your profits. Do not neglect the opportunity to study new programs, applications, or online services that can simplify your work and increase its efficiency. Be open to everything new and do not be afraid to take risks, but carefully analyze each opportunity. Prepare for the fact that the usual ways of earning money may become less relevant, and you will need to adapt to new conditions. Uranus often brings unexpected twists of fate, so it is important to be flexible and ready for change. Remember that it is in crisis situations that new opportunities for growth and development often open up. Uranus can bring both sudden income and unforeseen expenses. It is important to manage finances wisely and not give in to impulsive purchases. Create a financial reserve that will allow you to feel confident in any situation. However, to maximize the energy of Uranus, it is necessary to take concrete steps, which we will discuss further. Taurus, to fully unlock the potential inherent in this period, it is extremely important to adapt to the rapidly changing world of technology. 2025 is a time when the ability to work with new tools and platforms will become your competitive advantage. Do not avoid learning new programs, online services, and digital platforms that can optimize your business or career growth. Consider taking specialized courses or training. Invest time and resources in mastering the skills that will allow you to automate routine tasks, improve interaction with customers, and expand your audience reach. During this period, it is also extremely important to explore new markets and platforms. Do not limit yourself to the usual channels of promotion and sales. Explore the possibilities of social networks, online marketplaces, and other digital platforms. Adapt your products and services to the requirements of new markets, taking into account the characteristics of the target audience and the competitive environment. Do not be afraid to experiment with new formats and approaches to attract the attention of potential customers and partners. Remember that success in 2025 largely depends on your ability to adapt and innovate. Use new technologies as a powerful tool to achieve financial goals. However, in addition to fleeting innovations, there are more fundamental aspects that require close attention to achieve long-term prosperity. Greetings, dear Taurus. A professional astrologer is in touch, and we continue our conversation about your monetary horoscope for the period from June 17, 2025. We have already found out that the celestial bodies promise you very promising opportunities in the financial sphere. But let's delve into the details and consider how exactly you can best take advantage of these favorable trends. Now I want to draw your attention to the influence of Saturn, a planet that is often associated with limitations and difficulties but is actually a powerful stimulus for growth and development, especially in the professional sphere. For Taurus, striving for career advancement and financial well-being after June 17, 2025, Saturn will become a kind of catalyst. During this period, Saturn will require structure, discipline, and a strategic approach to your professional goals. Forget about spontaneous decisions and impulsive actions. Success will come to those Taurus who can develop a clear and long-term plan, steadily follow it, and show persistence in achieving their goals. Saturn rewards those who are willing to work hard and take responsibility. This is a great time to systematize your knowledge and skills, improve your qualifications, and master new professional horizons. Do not be afraid to take on complex projects that require concentration and attention to detail. It is in such tasks that you will be able to show yourself in the best light and earn the recognition of management. Think about what areas of your activity require the most structuring and planning. Perhaps you should reconsider your approach to time management, task delegation, or the organization of the work process. Saturn will help you identify weaknesses and develop effective strategies to eliminate them. But how exactly to translate these general recommendations into life? How to create that very structured action plan that will allow you to make the most of Saturn's favorable influence and achieve the desired success? We will talk about this a little later. Taurus, to make the most of the favorable period starting June 17, 2025, you will need not just to go with the flow but to actively shape your reality. Venus and Jupiter generously reward you with opportunities, but to turn their influence into real achievements, a clear, structured action plan is needed. First of all, conduct a thorough analysis of your current career goals. What is really important to you? Promotion, mastering a new profession, creating your own business. Determine which of these goals are most priority and realistic in the foreseeable future. Then, break each large goal into smaller, more specific steps. For example, if your goal is promotion, determine what skills you need to improve, what projects to implement, with whom to establish useful connections. Make a detailed list of tasks with clear deadlines. Systematically track your progress. Keep a diary or use special applications for planning and control. Regularly analyze your achievements and adjust the plan if necessary. Do not be afraid to make changes if circumstances require. Remember that Saturn, with its influence on structure and discipline, strongly recommends not neglecting long-term planning. Consider each step not only in the context of the current moment but also from the perspective of several years ahead. What investments in knowledge and skills will bring the greatest return in the future? What connections will be most valuable in the long term? At the same time, do not forget about Uranus, which calls for flexibility and openness to the new. Be prepared for unexpected changes and non-standard solutions. Look for opportunities to introduce innovations into your work, study new technologies and platforms. This approach will allow you not only to take advantage of the favorable opportunities that Venus and Jupiter provide you but also to create a solid foundation for further financial success. But how to use the internal impulse and direct it in the right direction? Now let's turn our gaze to the influence of Mars, this fiery planet, on your, Taurus, potential in the period under consideration. Mars is energy, it is initiative, it is the very force that allows not just dreaming of financial heights but also actively moving towards them. For you, Taurus, whose element is Earth, Mars can become that very catalyst that will turn your solid plans into tangible results. The influence of Mars in this period will require you to show assertiveness and confidence in your abilities. If you felt some inertia or indecision, now is the time to shake off these shackles. Mars will endow you with the necessary energy to overcome any obstacles that may arise on your path to financial success. Do not be afraid to take responsibility and take the initiative in those areas where you see potential for growth. Remember the favorable influence of Venus and Jupiter, which we talked about earlier. Combine their capabilities with the energy of Mars, and you will get a powerful impulse to achieve your goals. Use your sociability and talents, enhanced by Venus, to persuade, negotiate, and attract the right people to your projects. And direct the generosity of Jupiter to expand your business or invest in promising areas. However, remember that Mars is not only energy but also potential aggression. It is important to direct this energy in a constructive direction, avoiding conflicts and impulsive decisions. Be confident in yourself, but not arrogant. Defend your interests, but do not cross the line. So, Mars provides you with a unique opportunity to use your energy and initiative to achieve financial goals. But how exactly can you apply this energy in practice? We will talk about this further. So, Mars. It is its energy, as a powerful catalyst, that Taurus need to skillfully use in the period from June 17, 2025. This is a time when your inner strength and assertiveness can become decisive factors for achieving financial success. Do not miss the opportunity to launch a new project that you have long dreamed of or give a powerful impetus to an already existing business. The key to success lies in clearly defining goals. Formulate what exactly you want to achieve in the financial sphere. Be specific, increasing income by a certain percentage, attracting new customers, entering a new market. As soon as the goal is clear, mobilize all available resources. This can be both financial capital and your personal connections, knowledge, and experience. Do not be afraid to take the initiative and act decisively. Mars gives you confidence and the ability to overcome obstacles. Use your sociability to expand business contacts and find new partners. Invest in promising projects that meet your long-term financial goals. The main thing is to direct the energy of Mars in a constructive direction, avoiding impulsive and ill-considered decisions. But do not forget that in addition to logic and a rational approach, there is another powerful tool that can lead Taurus to financial well-being. A tool that often goes unnoticed but has great potential. Taurus, let's talk about subtle matters, about that invisible thread that connects you with the world of finance, about your intuition. From June 17, 2025, the influence of Neptune will become especially noticeable, opening up new horizons in the field of monetary decisions. Neptune, the planet of mysticism and the subconscious, will enhance your natural ability to feel market trends, foresee profitable deals, and avoid risky enterprises. This is a time when the inner voice will become your reliable advisor, and the sixth sense will be a compass in the labyrinth of financial opportunities. But how to develop this gift? How to learn to trust intuition and use it for good? Remember how earlier the favorable location of Venus and Jupiter created prerequisites for success, and Uranus introduced an element of surprise. Saturn, however, required structure and discipline. Mars pushed for action. Now, it's time to listen to yourself. Allow yourself to distract from rational analysis and logical calculations. Immerse yourself in the world of sensations, trust your premonitions. It is now that you can discover hidden opportunities that escape the gaze of the analyst. Imagine that you have several investment options. Instead of relying solely on numbers and forecasts, try to feel which one inspires more confidence in you, which one resonates in your heart. Perhaps it is this intangible factor that will be decisive. Developing intuition is a process that takes time and practice. But believe me, the results will exceed all your expectations. After all, it is she, this inner wisdom, that is able to lead you to financial prosperity. However, how to make this subtle matter more tangible, how to turn premonitions into concrete actions? It is worth thinking about this in more detail. And now let's talk about how you, dear Taurus, can maximize the influence of Neptune to increase your capital. After all, it is this aspect that can make you real financial visionaries. How to develop this very financial intuition so that it becomes your reliable ally in the world of money. First of all, pay attention to meditation. Regular practices will help calm the mind and tune in to more subtle vibrations. Visualize your financial goals, imagine yourself already achieving success. Feel the joy and satisfaction of possessing the desired. These images will work like a magnet, attracting opportunities into your life. No less important is the analysis of dreams. In a dream, our subconscious often sends us hints and warnings. Keep a dream diary and write down everything you remember. Try to decipher the symbols and images you saw. Perhaps there are keys to your financial well-being hidden there. By developing intuition, you will be able to feel promising directions for investment, avoid risky transactions, and make the right decisions in difficult situations. Trust your hunches, but do not forget about rational analysis. Intuition and logic are a powerful tandem that will lead you to financial success. And while we are talking about transformations, it is worth mentioning that there is another planetary aspect that can radically affect your financial situation. And now let's pay close attention to the influence of Pluto, the planet of deep transformations, on the financial sphere of Taurus in the period under consideration. Pluto, as you know, is a symbol of power, rebirth, and, importantly, inheritance. Its impact may manifest in unexpected opportunities associated with receiving significant sums, assets, or property. The influence of Pluto is not limited to the material side. It also affects internal changes, forcing Taurus to rethink their relationship with money, power, and resources. This is a time when you should prepare for a deep transformation of the financial situation, perhaps even a revision of life values. It is important to understand that Pluto does not bring anything just like that. It requires readiness for change, for abandoning outdated beliefs and strategies. The emergence of prospects related to inheritance can become a catalyst for serious reflections on the future. Are you ready for such responsibility? Do you realize how to properly dispose of the resources received so that they work for you and bring benefits in the long term? These are questions that you should ask yourself now. Prepare for the fact that Pluto may push you to unexpected decisions and opportunities that you have not even thought about before. But before acting, it is necessary to carefully weigh all the pros and cons, assess the risks and potential benefits. Remember that the depth of the changes initiated by Pluto requires a conscious and responsible approach. But how to prepare for these potential changes in order to make the most effective use of the opportunities that open up? So, we have come to a very interesting area of influence of planets, concerning unexpected financial changes, in particular, the likelihood of receiving an inheritance and other similar opportunities. To be fully armed, Taurus need to take a number of concrete steps. First of all, I strongly recommend consulting a qualified lawyer. Understand the intricacies of the legislation concerning inheritance rights and taxation to avoid unpleasant surprises in the future. In parallel with legal preparation, engage in financial planning. Do not rely on chance. Think about how best to dispose of potential funds. Consultation with a financial advisor will help you develop a competent strategy for investing, diversifying assets, and achieving long-term financial goals. Consider various options, from conservative deposits to more risky but potentially profitable investments. It is important that your actions correspond to your risk profile and financial needs. Do not forget about the systematization of documents. Collect all the necessary papers concerning your assets, property, and financial obligations. This will greatly simplify the process of inheritance or other financial changes. Be prepared for the fact that you will need to confirm your identity, family ties, and property rights. Remember that unexpected wealth is not only a pleasant surprise but also a great responsibility. It is important to approach this issue with intelligence and rationality so as not to waste the funds received in vain but to increase them and ensure financial stability in the future. But that's not all, because there are other celestial phenomena that affect the financial sphere of Taurus during this period. What opportunities do they open up? Taurus, let's delve into the astrological aspect that will have a significant impact on your financial sphere in the period from June 17, 2025, the solar eclipse. This celestial event is a powerful catalyst for change, especially in matters of career and cash flow. The solar eclipse opens a portal for new beginnings, offering a unique opportunity to rethink your professional goals and financial strategies. At this time, it is especially important to analyze the current state of affairs. Ask yourself questions: are you satisfied with your work? Does your income meet your needs and ambitions? Are you ready for changes that could bring new opportunities? The impact of the eclipse can manifest in various ways, from an unexpected job offer to the realization that you need to change your career path. You may feel a surge of energy and inspiration to launch your own project or monetize your hobby. It is also possible that you will want to acquire new skills that will help you advance your career or increase your income. Remember that a solar eclipse is a time for active action. Don't be afraid to take risks, try new things, and go beyond the usual. Be open to the opportunities that the universe sends you. Use this time to lay a solid foundation for your future financial well-being. It is worth noting that the influence of the solar eclipse is not limited to career and work. It can also affect other areas of your life that, at first glance, have no direct relation to money. In particular, this concerns your inner world and personal beliefs. And here lie very interesting prospects. So, Taurians, how can we use the power of the solar eclipse to turn its energy into tangible financial growth? An eclipse is not just an astronomical phenomenon, it is a catalyst for change, especially in your professional sphere. Now is the time to revise your goals, discard outdated strategies, and boldly look to the future. The first step is to prioritize. What do you really want to achieve financially? A promotion at work? Creating your own business? Investing in promising projects? Clearly formulate your intentions, write them down. This will become your compass in the raging sea of opportunities. Next, you need to draw up a detailed action plan. Break down your large goals into smaller, more specific tasks. For example, if your goal is a promotion, what specifically can you do to demonstrate your value to the company? Maybe you should take on additional responsibility, improve your skills, or present an innovative project. Do not forget about the importance of planning. Determine the deadlines for completing each task, allocate the necessary resources, and think through possible obstacles. Be prepared for the fact that not everything will go according to plan, but having a clear strategy will help you quickly adapt to changing circumstances. Use the eclipse energy to launch new projects. If you have had an idea brewing for a long time, now is the time to bring it to life. Don't be afraid to take risks, but do it consciously, carefully analyzing all possible options. Remember that an eclipse is a time of change, and it can bring both opportunities and challenges. Be prepared for surprises, stay optimistic, and believe in your strengths. And what if we look at the influence of Venus, your patron, during this period? Now let's delve into the astrological analysis of the transit of Venus, which is especially important for you, dear Taurians. From June 17, 2025, this planet, traditionally associated with beauty, love, and finance, will occupy a special position in your sign. Venus in Taurus is an amplification of your natural attractiveness, charisma, and ability to win people over. This is a time when your ability to charm and convince will reach its peak. This period opens the door for you to improve your financial situation. Your self-confidence will increase, which will allow you to more boldly assert yourself in business circles. You will attract profitable offers and interesting projects. Use this time to establish new business contacts, attend social events, and presentations. Your ability to create a pleasant impression will play a decisive role in achieving success. Venus in Taurus also favors success in business ventures. If you have been harboring the idea of your own business or planning to launch a new project, now is the time to act. Your flair for profitable opportunities will be sharpened, and your intuition will tell you the right solutions. Do not be afraid to take risks and take the initiative, the stars are on your side. But how exactly to use this powerful potential of attractiveness to achieve specific financial goals? We will talk about this further, because there are quite specific strategies. Taurians, to make the most of the favorable location of Venus, Jupiter, and other planets, you need to actively engage in the process of attracting financial opportunities. Your natural attractiveness and charisma are powerful tools in achieving material goals. It's time to pay attention to your image, perhaps update your wardrobe or consult a stylist. Remember, first impressions matter, especially in business circles. Do not hesitate to demonstrate your best qualities, participate in public events, conferences, and exhibitions. Expand your network of contacts, because it is through communication and interaction with other people that the most interesting and profitable offers can come to you. Take the initiative, be open to new acquaintances, and you will see how the doors to financial success begin to open before you. It is important not just to be present at events, but to actively interact with others, share your ideas, and establish long-term partnerships. Self-confidence and the ability to present yourself are your main allies during this period. However, not all celestial bodies are equally favorable. There is another important aspect that requires special attention and caution in decision-making. But do not forget about the nuances. The period from June 17, 2025, is also marked by the influence of retrograde Mercury. This celestial guest can make its own adjustments to your financial plans, dear Taurians. Retrograde Mercury is a time of rethinking, re-evaluation, and perhaps even some delay in the implementation of what was conceived. The influence of retrograde Mercury will require you to be especially careful in financial matters. It is important to carefully review all your current plans and strategies. Do not rush to make hasty decisions, especially if they concern large investments or transactions. Now is not the time for risky ventures. During this period, the likelihood of errors and misunderstandings increases, so pay special attention to checking all documents and contracts. Be vigilant when signing contracts to avoid unpleasant surprises in the future. It may be worth postponing the conclusion of important transactions until Mercury returns to direct motion. Retrograde Mercury is an excellent opportunity to analyze and correct mistakes made earlier. Return to your old plans, review them, make the necessary adjustments. This is a time when you can draw valuable lessons from past experience and prepare for new financial achievements. How to use this time to minimize risks and maximize potential benefits. However, in order to fully take advantage of the favorable opportunities that will open up for you, dear Taurians, starting from June 17, 2025, it is necessary to take into account the periods of retrograde Mercury. This time requires special attention and caution in financial matters. During this period, it is extremely important to review your financial plans. Do not rush to make final decisions, especially if they concern large investments or transactions. Carefully check all documents, whether they are contracts, agreements, or reports. The slightest inaccuracy can lead to serious financial losses. Retrograde Mercury is a time when old mistakes and shortcomings come to the surface. Therefore, use this period to analyze your existing investments. Perhaps it is time to get rid of unprofitable assets or revise your strategy. Postpone signing important contracts and making major purchases, if possible. If this cannot be avoided, make sure you understand all the terms and consequences. Consult with a lawyer or financial advisor to get an expert assessment. Remember that retrograde Mercury is not a time for new beginnings, but a time for rethinking and adjusting. Use this period wisely to avoid mistakes and strengthen your financial position. Be vigilant, attentive, and careful, and then you will be able to successfully overcome all obstacles and achieve financial prosperity. But there is another celestial dance that affects your well-being.